Hello everyone. So it's 5:30 already, but we can see participants are joining in. So let's wait for some time so that everyone can join in. Okay, we'll start at in 5 to 10 minutes. So while we're waiting, I would like to pass some instructions for participants. Make sure that joining your name following the naming convention. It should be your actual first name for your last name. So make sure that you have not joined with any gaming name or nickname or your device's name. Also, we will be sharing a feedback form. So please make sure to fill in that form so that you can tell us how much you liked our workshop or if you want us to improve any further. Also, it will be containing your details according to which we will create your certificates. So please make sure to fill in the details as your name as you want it in the certificate. We will be following the 60% of attendance time criteria for the certificates, which means that you will be eligible for the certificates if you have attended the workshop for 60% of its working time. And also at the end of the workshop, we will be having a quiz where top 3 performers will win the swags. So let's learn and grow together. We still have like 8 minutes. We'll start after a few time. Thank you.
Khushbu?
Hello, Nikhil sir.
Hi.
Good
Let
evening,
me know
sir.
if I'm visible because I can't see myself right now.
Yes, sir, you're visible.
Just give me a second, I'll be ready.
Yes.
Just let me know, Khushbu, do I have the presentation access?
Yes, sir.
Just a second. Yes, you have.
Yes, okay, got it. Okay, sure. We'll wait for a few minutes and then we'll get started.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Hey, by the way, in the meanwhile we start, all the people who are here, I think I'm assuming all of these guys are hackathon participants. So if you are building something that is interesting, please share it with us in the comment section. I think everyone would like to know what you guys are building, if it's allowed, obviously. And if you don't want to share trade secrets, that's fine. But do let us know what domain you are building, so that I also get interested and maybe I could help you connect with a few experts also. Cool.
Yes, sir. Okay, so looks like everyone's ready. So shall we start?
Okay, sure. Just a second, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Just opening the presentation on my reserve screen as well so that I can look at what I'm speaking. Hold on.
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to present my screen
Yes.
now. I think we can get started whenever you're ready.
Yes, sir. So shall we start now?
Yes.
So good evening, everyone. On the behalf of LDRP and KSV, I warmly welcome everyone who has been a part of this workshop this evening. So let's have a quick introduction about KSV and LDRP before moving forward. So KSV, Kari Sarva Vishwavidyalaya, is a university established wide Gujarat at 21 of 2007 and was approved by UGC. The university has been set up by Sarva Vidyalaya Kedavani Mandal, which is a trust with more than 100 years of philanthropic existence to provide need-based education and develop courses of contemporary relevance to be a university of excellence by providing research and skill-based activities and trainings which would foster higher economic growth and to provide education to all respective caste, creed, and religion. Now, talking about LDRP Institute of Technology and Research, then it was established in 2005 and 2006. The college has made steady progress during the past 16 years of its existence. And as a prestigious state institute, LDRP has long recognized its role in the engineering education, generation, dissemination of useful and relevant technological, industrial, and economical development of the country. And now, KSV and LDRP has brought to you this Break the Barrier event, which is the compilation of various interactive workshops from industry experts, working professionals, experienced developers, CEOs, and more, where one can present their revolutionary ideas and skill ups with the competitive environment presented by the hackathon to grab the opportunity to win excited prizes. So among these 14 plus workshops, today we'll be conducting our Into the Web3 Metaverse workshop. And on that note, I would like to introduce our presenter for today's workshop, Mr.Nikhil Aparajit, a community lead at Lumos Labs. So without any further ado, I would like to hand over to Mr. Nikhil. Good evening, Nikhil sir. Grateful to have you on board.
Okay. Hi. Hello, everyone. I know this is getting streamed on YouTube as well. I don't know. I can't see the comments there, but at least let's get the chat here active. Whenever I'm speaking, guys, if I ask you a question, do respond in the chat. Let's make it a little more interactive. Because honestly, when I talk about metaverse, when I talk about Web3, it's more about you guys understanding and you guys asking the right questions and me giving the right answers. So if you guys in anywhere during the session you feel that you have questions, you can go ahead, ask me in the chat. If you guys are ready, give me a Y in the chat. Everyone who's ready, give me a Y in the chat. Just go ahead and type Y. If I get 5, and then I'll get started. Awesome. That's good. Yeah, someone wrote WHYY. No, just the letter Y. Okay, awesome. I'll just share my screen and we'll get started. Yes. Okay. Let me know if it's visible, guys.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Awesome. Oh, sorry. Yes. So understanding the Web3 metaverse or understanding metaverse, let's first understand what all of these terms mean. Let's keep it fairly interactive. I'm going to have a lot of things in this for you guys. First, a little bit background about myself. I am Nikhil Aparajit. As Kushbu has told, I am the community leader at Lumos Labs Private Limited. Lumos is a Web3 metaverse company. So we're building a metaverse for Web3 enthusiasts. What it is and what we are doing, I'll tell you guys all of that in the end. But let's first understand the agenda for the day. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to understand what is a metaverse. Why is it needed? Why do we even need metaverse? Then we'll understand the properties and principles, the 7 layers of metaverse. A very popular slide that is out there on the internet. I'll try to explain what the 7 layers of metaverse are, where you as developers stand when it comes to developing product on metaverse. I'll also share with you guys a tool that is used to build like a no-code metaverse platform, and then we'll also maybe explore a few other popular metaverse platforms, and then also I'll open up to the Q&A. In the Q&A, you can ask me questions related to metaverse. If you want to build something on metaverse in this hackathon particularly, you can ask me questions related to that. We have an upcoming hackathon ourselves running, so if you have questions related to that, maybe we can talk about it later. If you guys need any dev related support from Lumos, and that is also something that I'd love to help you guys with. So with that, let's start with understanding first what is a blockchain. So since we are talking about Web3 in general, I'm assuming people are aware of what a blockchain is, if I'm not wrong. What exactly, how was the blockchain formed? If you guys are, yes, give me a yes in the chat if you're at least aware with what a blockchain is. For those of you who don't know, blockchain is a way of storing information, digital information, in a decentralized fashion using something called as distributed computing, right? So what we basically do in blockchain is that we store information. Instead of storing the information in the form of rows and columns, we store the information in the form of blocks. Now, these blocks are of varied sizes. These blocks are interlinked with each other, where each block has the address to its previous block. And that's how they are linked together, essentially forming a chain of blocks. That's why the name blockchain. So let's understand what is Web3 and how Web3 has evolved over the years in this scenario. So how essentially Web3 came out to be, we'll have to understand, go back to the essential beginning of the Web 1 era. When the internet was launched to the general public, that was in the year 1990. So in the year 1990, the internet that was available to the public was very basic, very rudimentary. It can also be summed up as the read-only internet. Why? Because all you could do on this internet was interact with each other using emails, or go to websites like AOL search or Bing search or Yahoo search for the information that you were looking for. You could have a listed set of pages, and you could read the information on those pages. And the creation and curation of content on those on that internet was left into the hands of some education institutes, some big companies, which kind of changed around the year 2004, around the year 2006, when Web 2 came along. So Web 2 is the current age of internet that we are living in. Web 2 is when the users of the internet were not only reading the content that was there, but also were creating the content on the internet. So now I could go on, if I had a thought in my brain, I could go on Twitter and I could post that thought on Twitter, and the world could read those thoughts. World could react to those thoughts by liking them, sharing them, retweeting them. On a YouTube, on a website called YouTube, I could go ahead and post a video about my feelings, about anything that I want to create content about. I was essentially the creator of content on this internet, right? So not only I was seeing or watching the content or reading the content on the internet, but I was also creating the content on the internet, which is fairly a good game. But then a new problem arose. The ownership of that content is not into the hands of the user that is using it. So instead of the users owning the content, these big companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, these companies started to own the data that has been generated by the users of those platforms. So for example, if you upload a picture on Instagram, the picture is not really owned by you. It's owned by Instagram, right? So anytime you upload a picture or video or a song on these big platforms, these platforms have the ownership of those intellectual property, and basically they can use it to whichever extent they like. This also has a flip side problem that this content in general is not. So this content is generally on the whims of the policies of that particular platform. So if say YouTube tomorrow doesn't like my face, they can basically go ahead and remove that stream, or demonetize it, or block it, or completely remove all existence of mine on that platform, right? So Web3 essentially is supposed to be the next generation of internet, which is supposedly looking to bypass this ownership of data and put it back into the hands of end users. How does it do it? Well, it does it in the form of NFTs, by proving digital ownership, or many other tools that are there, by which it proves that the ownership of the data or the content generated on the internet is still into the hands of the user that is generating it. Are we clear with what Web3 is in general? If any questions right now, put it in the chat, or do we have the Q&A enabled, guys? No. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, I think we can go ahead. You can put the questions in the chat. If not, then we'll move on. If you don't have any questions, give me an N. N in the chat. No. N-O, no. Cool. Awesome. 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 So now let's understand what is a metaverse, right? Let's understand what exactly is a metaverse. So metaverse is built on top of this new Web3 internet that we're talking about, right? So metaverse is supposedly the next form of internet, or the next form of social internet, as I like to call it, which enables creators to deliver connected, immersive experience based around various activities, right? This is a very popular slide available on the internet. I'll link it, I think, after this presentation. I'll link SlideShare. There's a very good presentation on what metaverses do. It's a very popular site. I don't know what's the name. Check. Yes, John Radoff, very popular creator of this content. Very beautiful site. If you guys want to read more about metaverses, you should definitely check this out. So let's understand what exactly metaverse would mean in an ideal situation. Well, metaverse basically means an open, digitally enhanced space that facilitates social interaction of all kinds, including work, play, and learning. What all kinds of interactions, I think we'll come across. But for example, now I need a little bit of your help while I'm talking about this. So how many of you guys know about this game? Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Leaf Green. Give me a +1 or Y in the chat. +1 or Y in the chat. So that I at least know how many people are aware of this particular generation of games. How many people? Pokemon Fire Red, Pokemon Leaf Green. Oh, awesome. So I think I have one person at least. Okay, Kuldeep, I got you. Awesome. So there's only one true Pokemon fan out there in this crowd. Come on, guys. Not heard about this game at all? So Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, for those of you who don't know, is a game of the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Yeah, GBA. So this game came out in, I think, late 1999 or 2000. This game was built on a handheld device called the Game Boy Advance, Nintendo Game Boy Advance. And it was one of the most popular game in the United States outside of Japan. And it's still a global phenomenon. There are very active ROM hacking communities available for this particular game. So this particular game that came in 1999, that is roughly about 24 years ago, 23 years ago, is also a form of metaverse. And I'll explain how. Because this game was built around an experience where your character, your avatar, is inside the world of Pokemon, where all you have to do is basically go ahead and capture those pocket monsters of Pokemon. You have to defeat those 8 gyms, defeat the Elite Four, and then become the champion of the Kanto region. That's where this game is based at. All the Pokemon nerds out in the chat, give me a Y. Give me a Pokemon Let's Go in the chat, because I need to find someone who at least has heard about these games. But so yeah, that's the essential core of this particular metaverse, where the experiences of this metaverse will be based around becoming the champion of the Kanto region. And you could connect your Nintendo Game Boy with basically other Nintendo Game Boy Advance using a wire, and you could trade Pokemon with each other. You could have online battles using a Wi-Fi module, and you could do a lot of fun stuff with your friends on this game. So this game was built around recreational purposes. This game was built around specific, social interaction. Now, this game, how many of you guys have heard about Minecraft? Come on. I think the question should be, how many of you guys have not heard about Minecraft? I think everyone must have heard about what Minecraft is. So Minecraft essentially is also a metaverse form of the game, right? So in Minecraft, there are 2 ways how you can play this game. Either there's the survival mode where you survive and scavenge for resources, and then at the end you defeat the Ender Dragon. That's essentially the quest. Or the second way is where you build exotic, beautiful worlds out of these block-based uh, environment, right? Everything is in the shape of blocks. You build resources. You build, like I've seen some crazy people build an entire like a movie theater inside Minecraft. Or I was watching this video on the internet where someone made an entire computer, like an operational functional computer CPU inside the Minecraft game, which could do like logical and arithmetic calculation inside that game, which was like bonkers when you come to think of it, that someone made Minecraft for the sake of having fun and someone made nerdy shit out of that as well. So yeah, that is Minecraft. So Minecraft is based around building inside a virtual world and interacting with players. You can also obviously join voice chats with people, build worlds together, have crazy battles. You know, there's this YouTuber who built like an entire civilizational game inside Minecraft where he got 100 people to get and create like a civilization, and then they fought as to who survived. So this was also a form of social interaction. Yes. Then this, I think almost everyone here has definitely heard about Pokemon Go. How many of you guys have heard about Pokemon Go? Give me a why or yes in the chat. Absolutely. It was like a global phenomenon. I think this game came out to me in 2014, 2015-ish, roughly around the time when Geo launched in India. And this game was a huge hit, especially in like people with, because this is the first time you didn't need a Nintendo device to play Pokemon games, right? All you could do is basically install this app on your phone and you could play the world of Pokemon on your phone, right? Yeah, all those accident news, obviously. But apart from that, so this is also a game, augmented reality based game based around the idea of social interaction, social fun. So you could go out in your actual neighborhood, catch Pokemon, have fun with your friends, interact with them socially, and basically build a virtual digital image of yourself. That's essentially what Pokemon Go was, and it was a very huge hit. It's still popular. I think in 2022 or 2023, it's still receiving updates with newer generation of those monsters getting added and people getting more features, etc. So it's very popular still, which is a testament to the fact that such metaverses have been there since a very long time. Now, this is also something like something what engineers relate to the most. This and the next slide, PUBG and Call of Duty Mobile, because I've seen most of engineers playing this in the canteen everywhere I go, including my college that I was there. So everyone related to BGMI and PUBG. A little less popular in India, but very popular across the world. Fortnite. Yeah, Harsh Patel is still playing PUBG while he's listening to my presentation. That's meta inside metaverse. Harsh, what are you doing? But yeah, Fortnite, which is also which is actually a metaverse now. They're shifting their gaming platform from becoming just a battle royale game into an actual battle royale metaverse. So Fortnite, PUBG, CODM are all forms of social interactions where you basically get into a lobby of 100 people and interact with them, play the game with them, win chicken dinner and whatnot, is all a form of social interaction, right? What are the programming languages involved? Okay, so Mohammed, there is actually, so I'm going to come on this, the programming language, the technology, the core technology behind metaverses. I'm going to come as to what programming languages are involved in this, but I'll come to your question. I think at the next slide. Okay, so all of these games have one thing in common, and that one thing is that these games are built around social interaction, specifically for recreation or fun, right? But what if I told you that we could build an immersive experience for things other than recreation? That's essentially what modern metaverses are planning to do, right? So whenever we talk about metaverses in general, so metaverse is a buzzword, okay? All the students out here, I want to come clean and tell you, metaverse is a buzzword because the industry, the news channels and media, the internet has picked up this buzzword and made it into like a larger than life thing. People have made different connotations of the word metaverse, but if you think of it, if you boil it down simply, it's a social interaction. So if for someone from 1990s, Facebook would be a metaverse because it's a social interaction of a kind. So Facebook, the app Facebook, not the company Facebook, or Instagram for that matter, is a metaverse. It's built around social interaction. You upload pictures, videos, reels of your life, you share it with others, people interact with it. So it's a form of social interaction, right? So when we talk about metaverse is the next form of social media, next form of social interaction. this is how we would basically interact with people uh, in the future. That's what essentially the industry believes, and that's what we've been investing on. So some of the popular decentralized metaverses that are out there, very popular. Number one is Sandbox. So Sandbox is the metaverse where Snoop Dogg, which is a very popular hip hop rapper, bought his metaverse land, basically his digital land, for some $1 million, and people went crazy and bought land besides to Snoop Dogg's house in that particular metaverse. So yeah, this is one of the popular metaverses out there. Then there is Decentraland, which is also one of the very, very popular metaverses out there. So Decentraland is also like Sandbox. It's a decentralized open metaverse based on the Ethereum network. So Ethereum, if you guys don't know, it's a blockchain. It's based on the proof of work, which is now shifting to proof of stake. Ethereum is a layer 1 blockchain. If you guys have any questions related to Ethereum, you can also go ahead and ask them in the chat. So why metaverse? We've just gone through examples of what this metaverse means, but let's understand some of the use cases where metaverse can be used other than recreational purposes. So all the metaverse examples that I gave you just now were all recreative in nature. So you could go ahead and have fun. That was the whole theme of these metaverses. But what if I could tell you, you could basically go into a metaverse, try some clothes on, see if they fit you, see if they look good on you, and then order those clothes directly instead of randomly ordering clothes online and not knowing how will it fit, not knowing how will they look on me. What if I could have a metaverse for that, where I could go in a brand store, I could basically buy digital avatar clothes for my digital avatar, see if they look great on my digital avatar, and then order the same for me. Or, for example, collaboration. So when the pandemic hit, Zoom, for example, Zoom's active user base went from 10 million users in March, in December, like November 2019 something, and went to about 200 million in March 2020 only. And it's now over some 500 million, if I'm not wrong. Zoom has become the #1 form of collaboration and meetings in a digital sense. Zoom and Google Meet compete very closely. So what if I could, but now in this Zoom, for example, when we talk about Zoom, we are restricted to these rectangular boxes inside which we have to interact, right? So I'm restricted to my box, you are restricted to your, and basically we have to interact with these boxes by unmuting and switching on our videos. Now we have the added option of adding these like virtual backgrounds, which kind of makes it a little bit more immersive, but it's still very, very restrictive. What if I could have a metaverse where I could be actually present in a virtual world as an avatar, and I could have meeting with other avatars who are my friends, who are my colleagues, right? Real estate has one of the prime use cases in metaverse, where I could build actual buildings inside the metaverse, which cost way less, see how the physics of that particular building works, see how the dimensions are, how a particular user feels in that building, and then maybe go ahead and do the actual building construction. Travel. So in the pandemic, Google Earth basically opened up virtual tours to World Heritage sites. So you could basically sit at your home, wear your VR goggles, and you could go to a virtual tour to some of the popular like these popular World Heritage destinations, like the Taj Mahal, like the Art and History Museum, etc. So what if I could have a metaverse where I could travel to these locations with a more immersive experience in mind? So that is one way. Architecture, design, and engineering collaboration. So this is something that Microsoft has invented heavily in. So Microsoft, if you guys don't know, have recently invested about $70 billion buying Activision Studio and Blizzard games. Activision, for your knowledge, is the builder of the game CODM, Call of Duty Mobile, and Call of Duty in general. All the Call of Duty franchise is being made by Activision. So Microsoft recently acquired that company, and they are heavily investing in the form of work-related collaboration in a metaverse. So, for example, if I am a smartphone manufacturer, and so I want to teach my team how to build that specific SoC for the latest iPhone, and I cannot go to my office, we are all working remotely, suddenly there's a situation like the pandemic, or if I am sitting in a country somewhere doing a holiday in Europe, and my team wants to connect with me right then and there, what I could essentially do is get on those VR headsets, and in a 3D fashion, I could basically explore each and every detail of the work, uh, each and every aspect of that SOC in a 3D related environment. So using augmented reality and virtual reality, even though I'm not there, I could still be present in the meeting room and conduct the meeting, right? So that's what Microsoft is investing heavily in. Learning and education, we all have went through online classes. We all know how it sucks. Give me a yes if you agree with that question. We all know how online education has not been, yeah, some people agree very aggressively, but is this IoT involved? Mohammed, I am not sure I understand that question. Could you frame it a little bit better? I could answer that question. So, meshed by Microsoft. Yes, yes. Parth, I remember they presented this in their keynotes that they do every year. If I right, if I'm not wrong, right? So they presented like a scenario where I was working in a supply chain related, like a manufacturing company, and I was not in the office, but I could wear that VR headset and I could be in the office, conduct the meeting. I could present my presentations and do the work that I'm related to, and still can sit at my home and do the work that that I'm supposed to do. Then, so learning and education is one of the most troubling aspects of the pandemic, right? Because suddenly over 100 million kids across the world missed out on their education, like smaller kids missed out on their education for a whole 1 year, and which is very so human interaction is something that we crave for, like humans crave for human interaction, and the pandemic showed that if you don't get human interaction in some form, either it be in physical contact of some person or being in social contact of some person, the depression rates kind of climbed up. So depression rates in adults went from 12.5% in 2019 to over 32% in 2020, and that's the number in the United States. यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में ये नंबर मेजर होता है. In our country this number is not even measured, right? So you can imagine how many people silently went through bouts of depression, anxiety and other mental health related issues and never spoke about it, never got the deserved treatment for it. So it's very important that metaverses can play a very, very active role when it comes to helping people connect socially, right? So fitness, obviously. So now there are apps like Cult Fit or some other apps that are there across the world where you can connect with your trainer virtually and do fitness. Live music concerts, I think some of the most popular hip hop artists have done live music concerts and have earned up to 10 times more money doing a live concert virtually instead of doing it actual physically. Esports though already is popular. So if you guys have known about competitive gaming like PUBG, so there's a PUBG competition that happens, esport, that's an esport. There's Counter-Strike, which is like a professional esports game. There are other games that are played in esports, right? So these are some of the use cases where metaverses can basically be of use to us other than recreative purposes, right? Let's go on to the next slide. Well, why does metaverse even, like, why should we even bother building it? Because people's digital identity matters more than ever. So I'll explain you with an example. 10 years before, if I had to apply for a job, I would have to build a resume on a like on a Word file. I would have to print that resume, and I have to take that resume to the office that I'm, aspiring to work in, drop in my resume. Then they would call me for a personal interview. I would have to go through rounds of interviews, coding rounds. Then I would get to a group discussion. Then I would do everything, and then I would get my job. Right? I would have to build a physical resume. I have to take it with me whenever I'm in my interview, etc., to be able to apply for a job. You know what the number one thing people ask for today when they want to hire, especially in the newer age startups and the new big companies? Your LinkedIn profile. So they don't care if you have a polished resume in the latest ATS compliant format, but what they ask for is your LinkedIn profile. Your digital LinkedIn identity is more valuable than a physical hard copy of your resume and cover letter. So people's digital identity matters more than ever. If you want to prove how good of a coder you are without conducting an actual coding interview, all I have to ask you is to give me your HackerRank score or one of the competitive coding websites score. And I could check whether this particular person is a decent coder or not. right? So your digital identity on these platforms has become more important than ever. People want to put more and more additional filters on themselves to make sure that they look the part on their Instagram. People put more and more aesthetic filters so that their life looks the best on social media. Why? Because their digital identities matter more than anything else. Why do you think celebrities spend millions of dollars on PR and social media? The reason being their digital identities are paramount to their success on the silver screen, right? So if a particular celebrity kid is very popular in interviews, chances are people will go and buy tickets to their movies, even though they know that it's a nepotism related stuff. People will still go and buy those movies because their digital identity takes over. So when we talk about this, that's how, as from a developer perspective, we know that digital identities for people have become more than necessary. So that is the reason why I think that metaverse is now, and why millions and billions of dollars are being poured into this industry right around the corner of this year end. Because pandemic has showed us that half the work that we have been doing over the years physically can be done virtually, can be done efficiently virtually, and can be used to save millions of dollars to offices, right? People realize that if you ask people to live at their home and do work from home, they're more productive, their mental health are in check, uh, traveling time reduces, right? So you can work at your home, work from your home and get the job done. Companies save a lot of operations costs, overhead costs, like they don't have to open their offices, they don't have to give food and AC and Wi-Fi and everything to their employees, because they can basically outsource all of that simply to work from home, right? So the pandemic has been a catalyst in why metaverse has become so popular, and this is the reason why metaverse is being talked about in the industry right now. So let's talk about the 7 layers of metaverse, right? So I've been talking about this. I think there were a couple of questions also, what kind of technology are involved in the metaverse. So now let's talk about the 7 layers of metaverse. So the first layer is the experience layer, right? The games, the social media, the esports, the theater, and the shopping, and everything that I talked about, the use cases of those of the social experiences. All of that is the experience layer. That is what you experience, right? So all the games, etc. The second layer is the discovery layer. So how do you come to know about these metaverses? How did you come to know about, say, Snoop Dogg buying land in Sandbox? You got to know it through media publications, ads, right? News items, etc., etc., social media. Then there is the creator economy. So all of these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, WhatsApp, all of these are built on user created content. We create the content on the social media platforms, and that's why they run. Can Instagram create its own content? No, it can't. I mean, it can, but it won't run. Like, people don't go on Instagram to see their Instagram page, right? They go to see their friend's Instagram page or their crush's Instagram page, right? So creator economy is absolutely crucial, like creating, facilitating tools that help creators build content for that particular metaverse, right? Then spatial computing. So all of this is powered by spatial computing, because now we are not in the age of news feeds. Now we don't want Twitter news feeds or Instagram news feeds or Facebook news feeds. We want a new, more immersive experience. So that is built using 3 engines: VR, AR, and XRs, multitasking, and building sophisticated UIs, building using geo mapping and using other technologies. Mapping the real world into the metaverse is one of the most difficult, significant challenges that the developers are trying to solve. So spatial computing is a big part when it comes to that. Sorry, just a second. Hold on, guys. Yes. Okay. Sorry. My screen got shut down. Sorry. So spatial computing, we were talking about 3D engines that help to build the space. We talked about AR, VR, and XR. We talked about multitasking and UI, sophisticated UIs that help us navigate through this metaverse. Someone asked the question, extended reality. Extended reality. So basically, XR is basically our mobile UI. So when I switch on a mobile application, The UI that I see is the extended reality of that metaverse, right? Not all metaverses is based around AR and VR. This is another popular misconception that people have about metaverses, is that metaverses are only augmented reality or virtual reality. So either I need to have an AR enabled camera, or I need to have that soapbox of a VR headset on my head to be able to access the metaverse, which is not the case, because metaverses can also be in the form of website. Metaverses can also be in the form of progressive web apps or mobile applications. Right now, India has the highest amount of smartphone penetration. So about 36 or 40 crore Indians have access to smartphones and 4G internet connection. So if some developer in India or someone like a hackathon participant like you is trying to build a product around metaverse, what would be the device that you would be targeting? Would it be like the expensive Oculus headset, or would it be a simple smartphone that could run my metaverse? Obviously, it would be the smartphone, right? So what Meta is doing, or what Facebook is doing, is investing heavy on the Oculus headset. They bought Oculus, they acquired Oculus, and are trying to bring down the cost of producing VR-enabled headsets, which is a good thing for the future. But right now, if I have to build metaverse-related projects, right now, if I have to reach the consumers, smartphones are my obvious answer. So decentralization. So now, before moving forward, I'd like to go back to the slide that we were talking about when we were talking about evolution of Web3. So when we were talking about evolution of Web3, we understood, yeah, desktop, yes, Nishchit. Desktop are also a form of metaverse. So desktop ka utna penetration nahi hai. We don't have that many desktop computers and people. People do have laptops, but then laptops ka. So the thing is, if you want to buy a good quality laptop that can, say, run 3D simulations or can run 3D environments, you need to shell out at least 70 to 80,000 so that you at least get a decent machine that can run things on optimal settings. But smartphones में ऐसा नहीं है. So if I can buy like a 15 to 20,000 phone also, even 15 के नीचे भी, if I could buy like 15,000 rupees का smartphone, that can also run superb 3D games without any hiccups. So that's the reason why smartphones are much more prevalent in India also, right? For gaming also, people will prefer gaming smartphones over gaming PCs because gaming PCs are freaking expensive, right? Parth, I'll come to that, what Lumos is targeting. So let's talk about decentralization. When I talked about evolution of internet from Web 2 to Web 3, why Web 3 is necessary is because the ownership of information on social platforms especially is not in the hands of the users. Google has the control of all the photos, the contacts, the mails, the presentations, everything that I create. And see, they're the good actors here. So I trust Google that Google won't do anything bad with me, maybe. Just hoping. But what if some bad player decides to act on it? Some bad player decides to use the information on social media and incite violence towards a particular community, which has happened in the past, don't you think? People have targeted hateful ads towards a particular community to incite riots in specific countries. People have literally used social media to manipulate election results in the United States. That's what Donald Trump was being charged for, right? So essentially, decentralization is very, very crucial when it comes to building the next phase of the internet. We do not want to fall into the same trap where the information again gets centralized, right? So using edge computing, using AI agents, using blockchain, what we are essentially trying to do, what Decentraland has done, what Sandbox is also doing, is decentralizing user information, user private information, or primary identifying information. Why this is necessary is because if you want to build a social media that is built on trust, that is built on decentralization and privacy, then we need to decentralize user information. And if we can't do that, then again, we are building the exact same thing that we've built with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, right? So that. Then mobile interface or human interface. So you need human interface, right? How do you interact with the things in the metaverse? So obviously mobiles and smartphones are the easiest way. Wearable devices, wearable headsets. So that would be the VR headset or AR goggles or something like that, that helps me get into the metaverse. There are also research going on around gloves and pads, which can help you feel sensation on your hands while you are in the metaverse. So if I'm touching a cup of chai, I could feel the warmth of the chai on the cup in the metaverse. So if I drink a cup of chai in that metaverse, I could feel how warm the cup was in that metaverse. So people are developing technologies related to that. But then all of this is built on around infrastructure layer. So all of this big 6 layers of data that we're talking about is built on top of faster internet connection, faster mobile internet connection using 5G, right? Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6.5, 6G also. Now people are also talking about 6G. I don't know how it is going to happen, because in India we don't even have 5G properly. Cloud computing, the ability of humans to produce consistent 7 nanometer chips, and we are also talking about, so the lowest we can go is about, I think, 3 or 4 nanometer. Correct me if I'm not if I'm wrong. The smallest chip between the atoms, so semiconductor is smallest between the molecules is 3 nanometers, if I'm not wrong. Correct me, guys, in the chat if I'm not wrong. That's the smallest extent to which we can go in creating smarter chips, right? So that is what essentially the infrastructure layer stands for. Now let's understand how the industry is shaped around this particular layer, right? So we talked about the experience layer. Now these experience layer are very common. So Fortnite, Niantic, Pokemon Go, all these gaming companies like Nintendo, EA, Minecraft, Activision Blizzard, Riot Games, or social media platforms like YouTube, Netflix, Zoom, which we are currently interacting on, Twitch, Facebook. All of these are experience layers of a metaverse. Then how do you discover about these? You come to know about these through Unity. You come to know about these through Facebook, Google Ads, Steam, etc. Like, you come to know about these from here. Then creator economy. How do you create content? So you create metaverse 3D. So someone was asking what tools are used to build the metaverse. Well, the 3D environment are built using the same gaming engines that we use to make games. So the most popular ones are the most popular and open source one is Unity. So Unity game engine is used to build most of the metaverse that we know and love. Roblox is a game. It's a creator economy based game where you create and you earn through, I think there's a currency for Roblox. I am not remembering the name of the currency, but where you can build. So it's like Minecraft, where you can build your own world, and you also, it's like a creator economy driven platform. So creator economy layer, spatial computing. Well, again, Unity, Google AI. So artificial intelligence of Google AI and other companies like this, Unreal Engine, etc., is used to do the spatial computing. Now, decentralization of information. Now, here is where the blockchain or crypto layer comes in. So something like Decentraland is powered by Ethereum. So the information, instead of you providing information in the form of your name, address, etc., you can basically sign in with your Ethereum wallet or your MetaMask wallet, and you don't even have to disclose what your real information is. That's how they protect your personal identifying information on this blockchain. Also, so now human interface, obviously. So Oculus, one of the popular examples that we talked about, all the PlayStations and like gaming consoles, like the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, etc., the Apple gaming like devices, etc., are all forms of human interface that we can talk about. Huawei is building technologies on edge computing. We already know the big players in 5G. So, and then the infrastructure layer. So cloud computing, decentralized cloud computing, faster network, microprocessing, all of this. So if you guys are interested, I would share this slide with you where you can basically explore what all companies are doing what all in the metaverse space. This is the current scenario. This is as of June 2021. A lot more companies have now come on board and are all actively working on creating the next phase of the social internet. Now, how does the Web3 play up in all of this? So Web 1, we used to have username and passwords, which were not that secure because anyone could basically hack a password using some brute force methods. So we came up with a better way of storing passwords using hashing. So now we have options of, we don't even have to remember our passwords anymore. We can basically sign in with Google, Facebook, or Twitter, or any other social platform. Now, the problem with this is that the identity of my information is now stored with these people. So instead of storing information on these platforms, I use a Ethereum wallet or a MetaMask wallet or a crypto wallet. Now, a crypto wallet does not immediately associate me with it. So that is what essentially how Web3 comes into this. Now, a lot of the people are asking me questions about metaverse. So I'm sure you guys must have by now understood what a metaverse means. what all things are associated when I talk about the term metaverse. And I think जो एक preconceived notion है about metaverse being particularly a product developed by Facebook, a particular product developed by Microsoft, is I think out of your mind. So what Lumos is doing? So Lumos is building a Web3 metaverse. What essentially it is, so all the people who are interested in the Web3 space. So for example, if you are a Web3 developer or you are just a Web3 enthusiast who wants to explore opportunities, can come to the Lumos metaverse and explore those opportunities on our metaverse. So we have a central hub around which various Web3 companies, various Web3 protocols, various Web3 investors, entrepreneurs, and other people, other creators in the Web3 space will have their own set of land where they could build buildings, and you guys could come and interact with those buildings. If you are a developer, you could basically go ahead in that building and apply for jobs directly right in the metaverse. If you are someone who is an entrepreneur and wants to build on a Web3 product and is looking for funding, he could go inside a VC fund office inside the metaverse and apply for funding directly through there. How all of this is done? By decentralizing your identity using an NFT. So that NFT has basically information related to your profile. So for example, if Parth here is a Web3 developer, he can upload his LinkedIn profile onto that NFT. So all the essential information of his resume, like what education he has, what qualification he has, what experience he's had, can be uploaded on that NFT. He could upload his HackerRank information on that NFT. So if he's a competitive coder, his score, his rank on the HackerRank platform can be uploaded on that NFT, and that NFT can exactly be traded with recruiters or potential investors to prove your worth on the platform. So instead of you divulging your information, you could really explore this world and become a part of the Web3 ecosystem. That's what Lumos is building. But if so this is a QR code basically for the Lumos Metaverse Discord server. Right now, we are still in the build phase. We've recently raised $1.1 million as a pre-seed fund. We're still building the MVP for the product, and we're building a whitelist, basically a community of early adopters who can basically adopt our product and give us critical feedback, help us build a better product. So this is a QR code for that. If you guys are interested, you guys can go ahead and scan the QR and become a part of the server. I'll keep it on the screen while I open the ground for question. So any questions? I know this has been a long session. I know you guys are already bored with online lectures. I am bored myself, but any questions if you have related to Metaverse, the technology around Metaverse, if you guys want to build a product or a project for your hackathon around Metaverse, do let me know. Akash asks multiverse versus Metaverse. So Akash, simply put, there is no such thing as a single Metaverse, right? Every company is trying to build their own, right? Big fashion brands are trying to build their own Metaverse, etc. The multiverse of madness aside, I think there will be a lot of metaverses, and interoperability between these metaverses is something that a lot of companies are working on. So if you get an NFT in one metaverse, that should be applicable in all the other metaverse. That's what these companies are trying to work towards. So yeah, there will be a multiverse of metaverses for sure. Any other questions? By the way, guys, on Twitter, we have an active giveaway for Web3 conferences ticket in Goa. So you guys must know that in August, I think from 11th to 14th, there is a huge Web3 conference happening with a yacht party and a 5-star hotel party and a bunch of conferences on technologies related to Web3. If you guys are interested in that, you guys can go ahead and go on the Lumos Labs Twitter account and participate in the hackathon and participate in the giveaway and get an all access pass to that event. We are giving out about 18 tickets in general. Some of them are all access passes. So you can basically go to that event and go wherever in that event. So you can go to the yacht party, the networking session, the conference, etc. Then we are giving event specific passes. So you can go to certain events, but you can't go to certain others. We are also giving out digital passes. So if you are someone who has a VR headset and wants to explore that event through the metaverse, that is also available with us. So go ahead on the Lumos Metaverse Twitter, like the Twitter handle, and participate in the giveaway. But any other questions, guys? Any other questions related to Metaverse? I would love to know more about what kind of projects you are building. Is there anyone who's building a Web3 related project? If they need help with the project, they can definitely reach out to me. If you guys are building a Metaverse or a gaming related project, do let me know as well. And maybe Lumos Labs can help you. Lumos Labs can guide you. Obviously, we won't be hand-holding stuff because that would be unfair. But obviously, any guidance that you guys need with anything related to Web3, you can just go ahead and shoot it. No other questions? Khushbu? Lumos Labs is building on. So that's the best part, Parth. We are not building on any specific blockchain. We are being chain agnostic. So we are building a. Now I can't divulge the exact specifics of the technology on what what the code base would be. So we are building a platform that does not require a chain to run, because see, if I build a platform on a particular smart contract, the gas transactions will kill the user base. If you know, right? The only part that we are trying to decentralize on our metaverse is the identity of the person involved and the tokenomics of the platform. So we are not trying to build a blockchain. We're not trying to build on a blockchain as well. The reason being, so this is something that I would like to tell you guys that not everything can be built on Web3. Web3 has a huge scalability issue at the current computational power that we have. So yeah, that's why we are not building a decentralized, our Web3 and metaverse the same thing. No. So Web3 is essentially the next. So it's Web3 is essentially decentralized internet, where ownership of data is on you. So where database or data processing is done using smart contracts instead of centralized databases, and we use decentralized computing or distributed computing to basically govern the internet. Metaverse is more, I would say, so Web3 would be the current internet ka next version, and Metaverse would be the current social media ka next version, if that makes sense, Akash. But to answer your question, Parth, we are not building on any specific blockchain. We are trying to decentralize the identity of a user on. Yes, it will be decentralized. So the identity layer on the metaverse would be decentralized, if that makes sense, Parth. Awesome. If you guys are done with the questions, I'll still keeping the QR code on the screen. You guys can go ahead, scan it, become part of the server, interact with me on the server if you guys want to know more. If you have some other questions related to the metaverse, obviously you can go ahead, ping me on the server. On the server, my name is Nikhil, so you can go ahead, ask me questions related to the metaverse, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. Nishchit, no. Again, using decentralized storage is also not a great option when it comes to 3D rendering on the internet. So when you're trying to build a metaverse, you want to make sure that the 3D processing of the metaverse happens on cloud, which can't be done on decentralized cloud right now with the technology that we have in hand right now. So for the MVP, no, but for the first pre-alpha that will be released to the public, maybe we'll be trying to do that. So we are still exploring options as to what kind of storage we should use for at least computational power. Decentralized storage is a no-go. You know that, I know that it's not that great of an option. But obviously, we will be looking for that in the we'll be looking into that for sure. Thanks, Pa. Thanks for joining. Now, guys, we have a fun activity planned out for you guys. So we have a quiz planned out for you, and we'll be giving out prizes to the winners of the quiz. So Tanmay, I'd like you to take over if you can. What are the challenges? Oh, very interesting questions. Tanmay, can I answer these questions and then maybe we can move on to the quiz? Is it okay?
Definitely.
Very, very interesting question by Nikhil again. I like that Nikhil has asked a question to Nikhil. What are the challenges of Web3? Well, there's one big challenge of Web3, Nikhil, that nobody talks about is the blockchain trilemma. कितने लोगों को पता है? Give me a why in the chat if you guys are if you know about the blockchain trilemma. So Nishchit knows about it. Okay. So Vitalik, yes, sorry. So Vitalik Buterin, who is one of the co-creators of the Ethereum blockchain, basically came up with this concept called the blockchain trilemma. He essentially said that a blockchain has to, a successful blockchain has to compromise on one of the three things. So either it be decentralization, security, or scalability. This is the biggest challenge of blockchain. So it can do either of these three things, but it can't do all these three things together. So if a blockchain can either be decentralized or secure or scalable. So if a blockchain is completely decentralized and secure, it cannot be scalable, because then the time to verify transactions on a particular blockchain, on a particular cryptocurrency, for example, is huge. Like it takes, so that's essentially what is happening with Ethereum 1.0, right? So as the number of users on that platform increase, the number of transactions on the Ethereum platform increase, the gas fee or the the computational resources required to complete a transaction on Ethereum also increases, which causes Ethereum to kind of increase its gas fees to like a crazy amount, because of which they are shifting to proof of stake. But then proof of stake based blockchains have other problem. These are scalable and secure, but are not really decentralized. So if you guys know like Polygon, how it basically verifies or validates transactions, it has a set of 100 nodes that are controlled and governed by the Polygon governance, which validate the transactions, which are not really decentralized when you talk about it, because it's again in control of Polygon. So it is solving a big problem of scalability on Ethereum, but then it's compromising on decentralization. So the biggest challenge for Web3 essentially, Nikhil, right now is the fact that it's not really as scalable as we thought. So if tomorrow mass adoption of crypto happens, or tomorrow mass adoption of Web3 happens, like we try to build products and platforms on decentralized internet, it won't be that scalable, because you need a lot of computational power. So जितने लोगों को भी यहाँ पे validation of transaction on blockchain पता है, how transactions are validated on blockchain. So especially like on Bitcoin, it happens using the computational power of a node, right? It solves for nonce, and then you get the nonce, and then basically with that computational power, whichever node solves it the fastest, that node's block is used to mine the next transaction. Now this process uses a lot of resources in terms of electricity, in terms of computational power, which is not really scalable when millions and millions of people start to adopt this technology, right? So the biggest challenge in front of the Web3 world right now is to make sure that we build this technology of the future easily and scalable. Yeah, early access won't be a trilemma for sure. But yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges, Nikhil, that Web3 isn't as scalable as we thought it would be. And I think actively developers are working towards it. Nishchit has put out a great question. What is interoperability in chain? So I think Polkadot is working on this. So essentially, essentially when I have to do a transaction between Bitcoin and Ethereum, or Ethereum or Avalanche, it's very difficult, because all of these protocols are built around different rules. All of these have separate white papers, separate functions, separate ways as to how their decentralization is built, how their transactions are validated, what kind of algorithms they use. All of this is very different, right? So the current way of interoperability in chains is using exchanges, centralized or decentralized exchanges, right? So you either swap tokens in between these blockchains, and that's how you operate. So Polkadot is using its substrate protocol. It's trying to bridge the gap between various blockchains by building a protocol, so that if I have to build a smart contract on Ethereum and I have to build the transaction layer on Bitcoin, I can do that using Polkadot ka substrate protocol. So that's what they're trying to solve right now. Is there a difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum? Yes. So the big difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is the fact that Bitcoin is a censorship resistant peer-to-peer value transfer system. So it's a decentralized digital currency. Ethereum is also that, but also it has an added layer of smart contracts on it. So smart contract ka essential meaning is that if then statement malum hai na sabko ki if I do this, if say if I have 10 rupees, give me Lay's ka packet. This is essentially what if then statement means. So now if I take this if then statement, put it into a code and upload it on a blockchain, this becomes a smart contract. So with Ethereum, what Vitalik did and what creators of Ethereum did is made a way to implement like contracts, implement conditions on a blockchain, making it a whole lot of decentralization, security, scalability easy, right? So that is what the essential difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum is. Obviously, there are a lot more differences as to how they operate. In their general value. Bitcoin, for example, is limited in supply, so there are only 21 million Bitcoins out there. You can't mint anymore. So whatever supply and demand happens between that, when it's not the case in Ethereum. What makes Ethereum so promising? The most promising thing in Ethereum is the thing called as smart contracts, my friend. So with smart contracts, you can develop layer 3 stuff. So essentially, you have to understand Bitcoin and Ethereum are layer 1 blockchains, right? So using their protocols, you can build tokens on top of Ethereum, right? So you can build ERC20 tokens like Polygon, which can be used to solve some of the problems of the Ethereum network. Now, using smart contracts, you can build layer 3, means you can build dApps, what are called as decentralized apps, right? So what decentralized apps means, basically their database part. So her app ka, her website ka 3 aspects hote hain: front end, back end, database. Now, databases in a centralized app or an app, normal mobile application is governed using SQL, MongoDB, etc., etc. In a decentralized app, that database analysis is governed by smart contracts. That makes it so promising. So we can basically build apps जहां पे उनका पूरा database जो है वो एक smart contract govern करता है, which makes storage of information, storage of data in a decentralized fashion very, very easy. So distributed computing has existed in theory since 1991. But to use distributed computing to store information in a decentralized fashion with the added layer of token economics can only be done using Ethereum. That's why Bitcoin and Ethereum are the most backed and the most solidly backed cryptocurrencies out there. Yeah, I hope that answers the question. What must investors? Yeah, my investment concept nahi deta. I don't give investment advice, but yeah. So there's a common term in Web3, DYOR, do your own research. So whenever you are planning, so never go into FOMO, especially as a student when the funds that you have is very, very limited. I am assuming that you're a student, you're a broke student. So never invest in FOMO coins. A lot of people do, and then they end up in Luna, which is something that you should absolutely avoid. Do your own research, read the white papers. It's very, very essential. Why it angers me when coins like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu coin grow is because one man on the internet decides to tweet about it, and people like crazy go and invest in that coin without even knowing the fact that Dogecoin white paper was built in half an hour. Someone built the white paper for Dogecoin in 30 minutes, and people went crazy and invested their hard-earned money in Dogecoin. Why? I don't know, because people got manipulated. So when you're investing in something, so for example, if you're investing in a stock, you'll do basic fundamental analysis of that stock as well, right? We'll understand what the company is, what their product is, whether it's profitable or not, and then you would decide to buy the stock. Do the same for your crypto as well. Do not invest in any random suggestions that you get on Discord servers and Twitter and Telegram channels. Don't do that. Do your own research, do aggressive research. So others, all you have to do is go on Twitter. There is a coding quiz that is live for Lumos Labs. So essentially we've added a coding quest on our Twitter. I think I'll ask the social media team to pin it. You can go ahead and participate on that coding quest. If you solve that coding quest and you put a PR on GitHub, you will be basically eligible for the giveaway, and then we'll choose random people out of that set of people, and then we'll give out the tickets. Why is blockchain a trusted approach, and how to stay connected? Okay, I'll go ahead on the next slide. You can obviously reach out to me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram at Nikhil_Aparajit. And obviously Discord. Discord is the most active place for me. I'm usually active on Discord. So that's the easiest way, and work related stuff I usually take on Discord. So if you have anything, you can obviously reach out to me. Why is blockchain a trusted approach? Well, blockchain, as I've mentioned previously when I was talking about Web3 in general, gives a way to give the control back to its users. So validation of a transaction happens using the users of the network only. when you are validating a transaction in a bank, जब मैं आपको एक UPI से 100 रुपए भेजता हूँ, that money is validated by the Central Bank of India or Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank basically validates that transaction for me. कि account number this of this bank has given money to account number this of this bank, and RBI has the power to validate those transactions, a centralized entity. With blockchain, that validation is given back to its users. कि आप ही transaction कर रहे हो, आपका network ही बताएगा whether this transaction is correct or not. Got it? So that's why blockchain is one of the V's of why is it trusted, why people think that it's like it's the thing of the future, why people believe in it. That's one way. Hope that answers. So Tanmay has shared a tweet link in the chat. That tweet is the link to the giveaway. You guys can participate, obviously. I think it's visible on the screen, if I'm not wrong. This is visible. Yes, so this is the giveaway that we're doing. You can go ahead and participate and win the tickets to the hackathon. With that, thank you so much for inviting me on this webinar. You guys have given me a chance to speak for a lot of time for free. Thank you for that. But if you guys have any other questions, obviously feel free to reach out to me on my social media or obviously on the Discord server. That's the easiest way to reach out to me. You can also reach out other experts on my server. So we have people from Learn Web3, DAO, Covalent, and other blockchain protocols as well on our server. If you guys need guidance on specific blockchain related stuff, there are people way more educated and way more qualified than me who can answer your questions. So go ahead, hit me up on Discord. I'll help you with all projects related to Web3. With that, this is Nikhil Aparajit signing off. And over to you, Tanmay, for the quiz.
Hey guys, can you see me now?
Yes.
Hello, just say bye if you can. I'm not coming to, I just got tired of the centralization, so I got off to the earth. But yeah, bad joke, I know, but I always want to set the bar low so that whatever I'm speaking right now, it'd still be like, ha, acha hi bol raha hai. So anyways, we would like to conduct a quick quiz with you all guys. And the quiz rules are as such. Make sure you have your own name. So like Parth should write Parth only, should not write Angel Priya or stuff. So please don't go that way. The winners will be announced here only, and the winners would actually get into the Metaverse swag from Lumos Labs. Even I haven't gotten that t-shirt. So I'll be quite jealous, but well, that's my job. So I'm quickly gonna send the link here. All you have to do is go onto the link, like write your username, type your username, and say bye. I'm just gonna wait for 2 minutes after the link has been posted. I'm not gonna wait for more because I see you guys must have work to do as well. So make sure you are fast. 3, 2, 1. Here's the link, guys. Come on, join in. Also, the questions would appear on your scoreboard. For scoreboard, I'll be sharing the screen of mine here. So if you want to know if you are at what position you are on, see here. But I'd just prefer you guys focusing more on the quiz. I'll be doing the commentary, so you guys would know who's winning, who's on top 120 or top 1, 2, 3. So whatever that may be. Anyways, I can see a lot of folks joining in. 17 people have already joined. I'm quickly gonna share my screen as well. Also, if you have any doubts from the session, also about the giveaway, सबको गोवा जाना है and ये गोवा का plan cancel नहीं होगा. So make sure you join the Discord server. If you don't have the link, just connect with Nikhil Aparajit, or maybe connect with me. The name that you can see on Zoom is also my social media name. So connect me there, or before I'll be dropping the link of the Discord. So वहाँ पे आके you can ask me about the giveaway. As for the quiz is concerned, I can see 24 people and we have 40 people here. So I'm gonna wait for 30 seconds more and then I'm gonna start the quiz. So LFG guys, LFG.
By the way, this is the t-shirt that is up for giveaway. This is the.
I hate that you're showing me that now. I'm so jealous.
As well. I'm not sure if it's visible on the virtual background, but yeah, this is the Into the Metaverse t-shirts that's up for grabs. There's also a special edition build for Web3 t-shirt out there, which will be given out to some lucky winners. So go ahead, start the quiz, and it will be shipped directly to you.
I haven't gotten both, so pretty jealous. I want to participate in this quiz.
Well, that would be unfair.
That would be very unfair. I don't want to be unfair, but yeah, can you guys see my screen now?
Yes,
Yes.
Guys, hello, I'm audible. Can you guys see my screen? I'm
Yes,
gonna
yes.
start the game.
Yes,
We have
yes, we can see.
27 folks. Okay. I'm starting. If anyone is not able to join, I'm really sorry. 3, 2, 1, LFG. So you guys, Parth is leading now. Mayank, Shlok, everyone has gotten their first answers right. Nijal has gotten one wrong. Ankit is coming up as well. Nikhil Parekh is coming up. Kush has gotten 2 right. So that's pretty sure he is leading the chart as of now. And Parth has taken over 2 correct answers. That's awesome. Mayank has taken over as well. So I can see, I can predict that it would be a nail-biting finish for sure. I need more competition. So guys, take your time. Make sure that you're reading the questions, answering it. Hani just have come up like awesome. Shlok, streak 3, man. Come on, that's nice. Parth has gotten 1 wrong, so streak broken. Shlok is leading the chart, guys. I can see Shlok, Hani, Parth. Suhail has just climbed up. Nigel has climbed up all of a sudden. That's nice. Parth has gotten 1 right again. Ankit is 3rd as of now. I can see the folks that were climbing up has sort of gone down. So guys need to buckle up. Dhruv has gotten up. Parth is leading now. He's on the 1st. Shlok is 2nd. Rajan has climbed up. That's nice. Sohail, Nikhil Parekh has climbed up again. So you guys keep coming up, huh? That's nice. I like the resilient part of you because it got right. Okay, so Parth has slightly gone down. Suhail is 2nd. Rajan has gotten up 3. 3 is his streak. Nikhil has the streak of 3. Kuldeep is on 9th now. Nischint is coming up as well. He has a streak of 3. Suhail has a streak of 4. Nikhil has a streak of 4 too. So that's nice. I mean, I can see the competition right there. Where's Parth? Parth has gone down, dude. Come on, you gotta need to buckle up. Shlok has streak 4, so Nikhil has just gotten 1 wrong. He had a streak of 4, so he was going pretty well too. Sohail is not stopping. This guy is killing here. Nishant is coming up as well. Nikhil is back up. I like that. We don't give up, man. We don't give up. Shlok has gone up. Suhail is there. Nikhil is there. Shlok has a streak of 6, man. Rhythm is climbing. So I have seen like insane comebacks in this game. Okay, so even if you guys aren't even in top 10, I've seen like insane comebacks happening, like top 13, last 13 questions being answered like correctly and is gotten off the chart. So you never know. Shlok is 1st, Suhail is 2nd as of now, Nikhil is 3rd. The competition is tough between Rajan, Parth, and Nikhil. Shlok and Suhail is fighting for the top position as of now. Parth has taken over again. So like I said, Parth was going down, he's back up again. So you never know. You just gotta make sure that you have like you take 1 question at a time and make sure you get that one right. So that's awesome. Shlok is leading the chart. Suhail is there. Parth is there. I can see a lot of folks down there as well. I guess Quick has left the quiz, so no worries. So okay, Shlok and Suhail are fighting hard, like for the 1st position. Rajan, Mayank, and Parth and Nikhil apparently are fighting for 3rd and 4th position. So that's nice. Shlok has taken over again. He has streak of 2. Parth has streak of 3. So the more streak you have now, the more points you'll get. So make sure that you're taking your questions seriously. Nigel has suddenly climbed up. He was nowhere to be found in top 10. That's what I like about this quiz, right? I mean, you're never out of the game. Nobody is never out of the game. Suhail has taken over again. So you can see the fight for the first and second position, man. This is going competitive here. Nikhil is third. I don't see Parth now, but you never know. He would climb up as well. Adarsh has climbed up. Ankit has climbed up from nowhere as well. Nigel is second. Who thought Nigel would be Nigel is third. Who thought Nigel would be third? He was nowhere to be found. Kuldeep has climbed up as well. Nikhil is on 5th now. Adarsh is climbing up. So there's like a big competition between Sohail, Shlok. Nigel can take over them as well. Nigel, you have to buckle up. You have done a good comeback, man. Adarsh is on 4th now. Ankit has taken over the 4th position. I think Sohail and Shlok have completed their set of questions. We're waiting for other guys. Nigel has taken over the 2nd position. Dude, he has a couple of more questions to be answered. So, man, if you get those right, you're up for a grab. You're getting the number 1 position, dude. Ankit has taken the 3rd position. So, Shlok has gone down a bit. Nikhil is on 5th now. Adarsh is on 6th. You guys have a couple of questions as well. You can do is reach out to the 3rd position. So don't give up. Shlok Patil still have a lot of questions left. So you can take over the 1st position, Shlok. So Sohail, the competition that you have. Okay, Sohail still has question left. That was my bad. Nigel has climbed, man. Nigel was nowhere to be found in the 1st half. Has taken over the 2nd position now. Sohail is far away now. Ankit has come over as well. Awesome. I can see this quiz going to the end, and I'd see like more people coming up the ladder, trying to get those 3 into the Metaverse t-shirts that I don't have. I would be quite jealous, but you guys deserve it. If you like complete the quiz, no, just make sure you comment on the chat that you have completed, so that I'd know that you have completed. Okay, Parth has climbed up again. Glad to see you, Parth. You were up for a while. You're down. Couldn't see you, but now you're back. Come on, man. Jay has come over as well. Sohail, have you completed your quiz? Ankit, have you completed? Nigel, have you completed? Let me know on the chat. So I can see 5 chats. Done. Nikhil has completed. Ankit has completed. Darsh has completed. Sohail has completed as well. Sohail, you are leading, but you never know. I mean, there are a lot of people who are yet to answer a lot of questions. So you can't sigh there. Okay, you can sit there in relief and just think that you have gotten into the metaverse. Not yet, man. Not yet. Ankit, have you completed your quiz? Love has done. Nigel has done. Nigel is on 3rd. So top 3 people who are right now have completed their quiz, but there are still 11 folks, and Parth is yet to complete. So Parth has the chance, man. Nishchint has the chance too. Suddenly, at the end of the day, people who haven't answered, it's become crucial for them. So there are still 10 folks. If anyone has left in between, just let me know, because this quiz is just gonna go up and up. So I don't want that to happen. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of more minutes to finish off, and then we'll be announcing the winner. So if there are any crazy comebacks, Kata, tell me now. Parth is done. So okay, he's already decided. He's going 4th. Nobody, no problem. You might go 5th though now, because some people are yet to complete their quiz. You never know. This is a crazy game. This is the story I tell every time I sort of do these quizzes. There was this guy named Devansh, and he had like 7 wrong answers. He was nowhere to be found in like top 10 and stuff. Last 13 questions, and I'm not kidding you guys, he got all of them right. Ended up being the 1st. He was so rapid at those. Like that was like one of the insane comeback that happened on the Discord server. Was biting my lips. Told ya, this happens every Thursday on Discord, right? I can see people like I tell everyone to like switch on their cameras, and this happens every Thursday on Discord, and I see every crazy winner there. So it's just amazing. It's truly amazing. Nikhil, you wanna say something?
No, I was saying that people are saying add more questions. I want to win. Again, typical winner mentality hai ye, aur chahiye. We can do more. Can we have top 5?
I like that. You see, the competitive people now. The craze. Hey guys, if you haven't won it now, no. Next Thursday on Discord, it's happening. I'm telling you.
By the way, this quiz usually, yes, as Tanmay said, that it happens on every Tuesday. Sorry, every Thursday. So you can obviously come and win a t-shirt for yourself there as well.
Yeah. And yeah, last time Padmanabh, there was this guy Padmanabh. So every time I used to say his name, I used to get one question wrong. So he never joined voice after that. He was like, I won't hear you, man. I will deafen you. That kind of crazy stories happens a lot, and I like the competitiveness of people. You know, it's just nice to have that. And I think only 3 are left right now. 26 people. Anuj is climbing up. Anuj. I don't know how many questions you're left, but you get all of them right now. You still have a chance, I guess. Yeah, you have more questions to be. Yes. Come on. I told you guys. Oh boy. Crazy story happens, man. Crazy story happens. Anuj was nowhere to be seen, right? I didn't even say his name once. And he has taken over. Shit, I'm going. Bye. Oh, holy moly. And he's still not done, I guess. I don't know. He's still not done. Now he's done. I guess. Oh, I told you, Ankit. I told you, Suhail. You can't like sit do
you have access to like how many people are left to solve the quiz? Can we know?
Apparently, Bihar is still doing his quiz. So we are like 3 people who are left. Quick has left the chat, so I'm just gonna remove him. And now I think all of the people are active. Yeah, the quiz is done.
Oh, awesome!
Almost done. There's one question.
I think we have a winner.
We have a winner. Anuj, you climbed late, but you climbed.
Oh, Vihar
okay, wait. Vihar is there. He's the only one left. Is there another twist at the end, Nikhil?
I saw Google OP in the chat.
Oh, yeah, that could be a thing. You had like 20 seconds to answer this. I'm gonna reduce the number. Is there another twist in the game? I don't know. Top 3, right? Yeah, top 3. Yes. Top 3 folks are getting the t-shirt.
Anuj, Suhail, Ankit.
Yeah.
He is the most insecure person in the world right now because he can be dethroned any moment.
Yeah. But I think the quiz is done. Quickly, the scoreboard's gonna jump in. So just gonna wait for a couple of seconds here. So yeah. Last 30 seconds. And
yes, as I thought.
I mean, this is the story of every Thursday, right? So I'm not as surprised as my face, just like my face.
Yeah, you can pause the quiz.
Yeah. The quiz has been paused. We have the winners now. It's Anuj, Suhail, and Vihar. You guys make sure you join the Discord and reach out to me there. You're gonna receive an exclusive t-shirt from the Lumos Labs. Okay, I got stuck. So the thing what I said that you guys will receive exclusive into the Metaverse t-shirt. Just make sure you reach out to me on Discord as soon as this quiz ends. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop screen sharing. How was the experience, guys?
Very
Before,
like one of the most intense quizzes that I've ever seen. Ankit, what a comeback, dude.
I told you, there are insane comebacks.
But still, he wasn't in the top 3. But maza aaya. I hope you guys.
Ankit, don't worry. We caught you on Thursday.
Also, through the session, you got some insane insights into the world of Metaverse and Web3. Obviously, if you know where to reach out to us, it's the Discord server. If you have any questions related to the Metaverse, go there, introduce yourself, and give us context. We'll connect you with the experts. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for being
Hey,
here.
wait. I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, sure.
Guys who are saying Thursday, what time? It's Thursday 7. Usually I'm the host of Quiz Day Thursday, so I'll make sure that you guys don't get bored. So jump onto the Discord. There's a couple of things I'd like to say before I don't get a chance to speak. That would be the Lumos Lab is also coming up with their hackathon next month. So if you guys have crazy ideas about the app or any of that sort, make sure you join onto the Discord and wait for the announcement to be done. There's also Lumos Research Program. So if you guys are totally into this space, want to learn more about it, want to explore more about it, and create or communicate with more people out there in Web3 to gain more knowledge, that would be an exact program that you should definitely sign up for. So there are a lot of things to be there on Discord. Make sure you're active there. Ping me. Let's have a chat and let's have some competition, some fun stuff, and let's learn. Over to you, Khushbu, and thanks for having
me. Yeah, thank you. So I think we are at the end of the workshop. So let's conclude it. Thank you so much, Nikhil sir, for being here and being a part of this workshop and presenting such an amazing session. It was a really very great learning experience. And also thank you, Tanmay sir, for the fun quiz with the interesting twist at the end. So thank you so much for being here. And
thanks, guys. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So let's conclude the workshop. Thank you everyone for being a part of this workshop. We hope everyone enjoyed and we really look forward for seeing you in the next events as well. Also, we will be sharing the feedback form. So please make sure that you fill the whole form because it also contains your details according to which we will get your certificates ready in 3 to 4 days. And please register into the hackathon if you're not done yet and join the Discord server because it's really mandatory for getting further information about the event as well. And stay connected with our social media to stay updated. So that's it. Let's conclude the workshop. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, folks.